You are the pillar that holds my life.
All right. Thank you very much, my people. God bless you all. So, it's a new broadcast right now. So, Mr. Alex, I'll remove this from the screen so you guys can see the name. Please give us a mandate. I called it several times earlier on. You didn't say anything, and everybody be talking since you are not contributing. Are you there? All right. Give us a mandate. We've called you several times. You are not responding to
Give us
anything.
a mandate or the dream. Just sleep.
All right. Mr. Alex, so you can go ahead. God bless you. Do your part, and I'll post out a link for others to join us here.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
God bless you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Nanjawash. Thank you, everybody. Gentlemen and ladies, it's a pathetic situation, and I just want you to know that everybody is feeling the heat. This is why they travel out of the country. They know. And you cannot always travel. At some point, you have to come back, especially as a politician. So, like I said before, this would have been resolved many, many years ago. Ojukwu did not mean to go into war. He just wanted them. They all agreed. That's the point. They all agreed there was a betrayal. He saw all these things as an historian. Don't forget, he saw all those things. He read about them in school, about the Kanuri Empire, the Usman and Fodio, and all those things. They don't believe in education. Boko Haram didn't start today. There's a part of Islam. In Nigeria, in Christianity, we have Pentecostal, Catholic, and the rest. They have different parts of Islam. The ones we have in Nigeria, my goodness, because Saudi Arabia is using their Islam to help their people. Qatar is doing the same thing, but the one we have in Nigeria, I don't know the kind of Islam they practice. I have good Muslims as friends. So Duku saw them and they wanted us to live in peace as neighbors, but it backfired. This is where we are today. The killings, the looting, the tribalism, the division, the regionalism. It's crazy, gentlemen and ladies. Let me give you guys to also contribute. Let me call up One Love. Who is One Love? Please, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Please, what do you think? Do you think the judiciary will do the right thing? And what do you think will be the outcome of the judiciary's activities with Mr. Peter Obi's mandate? How do you think Nigeria citizens are going to take it with the tension going on? Thank you. Talk to us for 5 minutes. Thank you.
Yes. Before I go there, I just want to take a few seconds to sort of reply to what you guys discussed earlier in terms of dividing Nigeria. I really like the idea that you guys were trying to bring up. And I really wish Nigeria was sort of Nigeria has like some sort of regional government. I think that would have been way better than what we have right now. What we have right now is kind of like I still don't see Nigeria as a democratic nation. I see it as an authoritarian nation where one thing is controlled from, where everything is controlled from one region only, and that is the capital city, Abuja. The president has to decide how the police is being run. I think that is just a bunch of BS because I don't know what concerns the president with the police force. The police is a matter of local business. The president has to decide how the guys who control the traffic is run. That is, I don't know what is going on. Everything is controlled by the president. Now, when you talk about dividing Nigeria, if you go by ethnic lines, you have to look at how many countries you're going to get because Nigeria has, I don't know, 100 and 200 or something ethnic groups or so. I'm not quite sure. I'm sure it's probably more than that. But I think there's a way we can reduce these things so that you can have regions that have things that are in common. If you look at things that happens in the north, I'm sure they have probably close to 50 something ethnic languages or tribal in the north. So you can look at these regions and try to fish out areas that have things in common. I know in things like the South, like Edo and those other areas like Bende, some of these guys have things in common. Now, like what you were saying, Ojuku had proposed something like that so that each regions that have things in common or that are similar should have their own regional government. And I think that was the only way Nigeria should have worked, because you don't want me as a governor, in order for me to generate power for my state, I have to, you know, depend on the federal government. I have to get a signation from the president in order for me to be able to generate power in my state. Or even when I do so, I'll have to, transmit that power to the federal grid, which doesn't make any sense to me. Each local government is supposed to be able to generate their own power, and the president should have nothing to do with that. So unless they delegate more power to regional government, I don't think Nigeria is going to work. Otherwise, it's better they divide the country by going with similarities in tribe and similarities in culture. If they don't do that, like the way they are going right now, I don't think anything is going to work. And I think the major problem is the constitution, because the constitution does not let things like that happen. The constitution does not provide regional government. The constitution gives the power to the president. Only the president can determine a lot of stuff. I mean, the state government government is there, but majority of them can do things on their own because they have to depend on the president, which for me is really crazy. The other day, Dati, I don't know if this is an old video or not. I know one of the videos that was played, I think Dati said something about how Buhari closed about 4 universities in the north. I ask myself, what business does the president has to do with the university? If the constitution was right, the president should focus on how to secure the country. The president should focus on how to push Nigeria forward in international level. The president should be talking about more sophisticated stuff, not paying wages to lecturers in the classroom. What business does the president has to do with something like that? Those are things that are handled by local government, not the president. So when you see how Nigeria is run, we still have an authoritarian government, not a democratic society. I don't see any difference between what Abacha did. I really wish we have someone. Don't get me wrong. I know Abacha did perform a lot of havoc in the country. He executed people for nothing. But when you listen to his speech at times, the guy was a nationalist. This is a guy who said we have to solve our problems by ourselves. He believed that we should solve our own problem, that we should manage our own resources by our own self. From 1993 to 1998, the guy reduced the deficit of Nigeria. The economy was booming, and I'm sure that was why he was able to to stash away a huge amount of So for me, it's either they got it right this time, or they divide the country by regional government and let every region that have things in similar or in common go their separate ways. If we want to meet at the middle, like you said, we can do that. And for the judiciary, they have to understand that the whole world is watching them at this point. We have the evidence. It's pretty clear. This is not 1800. We are not in the 16th century that things can be done and hidden. Everything was there that this election was rigged. So they better do the right thing. And I don't think any person who is sane, any judge who is sane, will look at the evidence and go the other way. So for me, I still believe we have a case. Peter Obi has a case in the court, and I'm just waiting for, was it the 10th and 12th and 13th of May, for us to hear what they are going to do. Because now it appears the guys who told us to go to the court are running around trying to dissuade us from doing what they actually encourage us to do. If you have any grievances, go to the court and have it settled out. But here they are telling us that Why are you going to court? Why not put the case? And they tried to brought out one guy to sabotage your thing because he's not claiming that he's the LP chairman or something like that. So go to court.
Yeah,
And
thank
you. Win,
thank you.
there we are. So I don't know why they are still running around. They are the guys who said they won, but they just can't let us be. It's sad.
Because thank you, my brother. Because they know that something is coming. Something is coming. I don't like what is coming, but it's coming. It's not what I like. It's not what I want to see for my dear country. The unity I see among Nigerians during this election says it all. That is the final nail that has nailed the coffee of these politicians. Before the election, they tried to use manipulations, but people said no. For Taraba people to vote for Mr. Peter Obi, for people in Yola to vote for him, he may not have won those areas, but he had more than 25%. At the time, 40%, which the constitution required. Brothers and sisters, these guys, no. Let me allow somebody else to talk. What do I call now? Kisley Binosa, please, are you there? Mr. Kisley.
How are you? Mr.
Yes,
Alice,
please.
how are you, sir?
Yes, I'm fine. Looking at the judiciary, do you see them doing the right thing? And if they don't, what do you think are going to be the reactions of Nigerians? With or without Mr. Peter Obi's permission?
It's a difficult question
talk to me in 5 minutes.
To actually predict what people are going to do. Judiciary don't do. Because look at the way things have been running. It's like the judiciary and every other establishment in Nigeria is directly in this wicked people's pocket. Okay, so starting from how the election was run, right there and there, Mr. Yakubu was supposed to be suspended and resigned from his position, as a country. And that never happened. So, and the judiciary and everybody sat back and they were all looking at the charade and the injustice that was being perpetrated at that hour. So, at this hour now, they are actually put on a show, a spotlight where they don't have nowhere to turn. Okay, for them to do what is wrong now, he's gonna be really, as an historian yourself, that's who I am. I like history. He's gonna tell, down the road that they are the one that dissolved Nigeria as an entity, as a country. Okay, because for me, if we take this, whatever, if it's a negative outcome, that they don't do the right thing, and we Nigerians stay together and take it the way. Okay, I was even surprised how Buhari was able to manage, Brother Alice. I was able to manage the second term, because from the first term when he was coming in, our vice president, our vice presidential candidate, Mr. Dati, I was listening to one of the podcasts this guy had with Adere Kolu, something like that. He was saying that Buhari does not have a clue about how government run. But at that time, I wasn't very conversant with who Buhari was, he said this guy don't know nothing about stopping corruption or how to go about it. That he's just ranting and saying that he was coming to solve corruption issues in Nigeria. That, take his word, at the end, we will see that this man have no clue of what to do. And 4 years after that, I was surprised at the way at the state of Nigeria, that people still went. I don't know I don't know what kind of democracy we run anyway. How he managed to come back into that same position again. And when everything they promised, nothing worked. So where we are today now, if we are to allow Mr. Tinubu and his criminal enterprise to take over the arms of affairs in Nigeria, by the time they will finish with us, there will be nothing called Nigeria. Trust me. So at the end of the day, there will be no country called Nigeria. I think the best way to go, if they don't do the right thing, should be we all should mobilize and do what is needed to be done as a country. As you guys were saying that the country should be partitioned. Everybody like it was before. When I'm almost 60 years old. Okay, when I was young, Nigeria was three region: the eastern region. I was born before the war. The eastern region, the western region, and the northern region, something like that, right? That is how it was when I was young. I think we should, if we are to stay together peacefully, we should return to that, where the federal system will be like run weekly, but all the region will have autonomous power to develop themselves the way they want. Because if we don't do this, most of these guys, they see what is coming already. Like one of those guys in the Senate, it was a governor, was I think Amechi, Rotimi Amechi. I don't know most of their name. Mr. Rotimi Amechi or something like that. The guy was saying that Nigeria people are going to wake up one of these days. That he is afraid that when they wake up, that none of them will be safe. And that's the truth. If you go back to in history and see how the French Revolution happened, when the guillotine was used for the so-called aristocratic class, almost 17,000, 18,000 top people lost their life in that event. But that country was cleansed. Nigeria is getting to that stage where all this ill-gotten wealth has to be taken back for the states, has to be taken back for Nigeria, because these guys have looted the country dry, all of them. And if they don't pass judgment the way it should be passed, so that we can put just 1 minute, brother, just 1 minute. If they don't pass judgment the way it should be passed, if they don't pass judgment the way it should be passed, they don't pass judgment. Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Mr. Alice, sorry for the interruption. So if they don't pass, are you with me, Mr. Alice?
Yes, but you can round up in 2 minutes. Yeah.
Okay, just 1 minute. So if the right thing is not done, if they don't pass the right judgment, we shouldn't sit back as a people. That's all I have to say, and just allow it to stand. We should come up with a conclusive way forward, so that we can turn this country around for good, so that we can leave something before we die, our children. Okay, that's all I have to say, my brother. And thank you.
Thank you. For me, it's like you are punishing a good woman. You have a good wife. You are punishing her every day. You are troubling her. You are stressing her. You are frustrating her. You call her names. You starve her. One day, that one day is where we are in Nigeria now, from these politicians and Nigerians. That one day, we are at that point gone right now. That's the problem. There's no way forward, no way backward. The only way forward now is give Obi his mandate. Let him do his thing. Analyze the election to the whole world. Let us see justice. Declare the real winner. Apart from that, how are you going to face the people you profiled in Lagos, or the people you killed during elections, or the unemployed teeming graduates, or the unemployed people who are looking forward to a better country with Mr. Peter Obi with their PVC? It's a difficult situation. Otherwise, it will boomerang the other way around. The law of nature, the law of revolution will take its course. You will see the unity that Nigerians use in coming out during the EndSARS. We repeated it again during the presidential election. You guys don't, some of you understand, some of you don't understand. The election was a continuation of the EndSARS. And when we're coming this time again, it's not going to be with PVC. But God saved them that time. Sudan is showing us the way to go. So anyways, let me hear from Madam Busy Brains. I wanted her to rest. She has been talking since. I'm sure she has caught her breath now. Please talk to us, ma, in 5 minutes.
So sorry, orientate me again. I was listening, but my mind is gone blank. Orientate me on.
Yeah, we're talking about the judiciary.
Yeah,
What
the
do you think?
judiciary. Yeah.
What do you think is going to happen if they don't do the right thing? And do you see them doing the right thing? And what is your general notion about the Nigerian frustrating situation of the citizens and what they are
Yeah.
going through in the hands of these politicians and their
You
likely
see,
reaction?
let's say this. Let me start with this. If the judiciary does not get it right, like your analogy about the wife who has been battered, you see, right now they've pushed the Nigerian man to the wall, and they are pressing him. And with the wall, there is no more place to go. The only way for him is to turn round and push back. So there is going to be a pushback. And that is what we don't want to see in the country, because it is not going to be. It's not going to be. It's not going to be child's play, because the anger that has been suppressed will be unleashed. And they think they have police. They think they have protection. They've not seen anything. They think they've got private jets that they can fly abroad. They'll come and meet their Broadians that are here. If they for those that escape and think they've succeeded in escaping, they'll come and meet it here. So I don't see anything going to be business as usual, where the average Nigerian will roll over. Right now, the sanity is there because we are hoping that the right thing will be done. We are giving them the benefit of the doubt that they will do the right thing. Now, personally, do I think they will do the right thing? Like we say, they have to earn our trust. And the only way they can earn our trust, you see, like that woman, we don't want to just assume that because somebody is saying the right thing, they have a good history or whatever. Right now, it is after they have done the right thing, that is when we can trust them. For me, I cannot say I trust the judiciary. No. However, like I've always said in the past, I trust the strength of evidence that we have presented to the court. It is in that strength of evidence that my faith lies. That because the evidence is so overwhelming, you know, when the truth is just too much, there is so much lies that lies can lie, that it will get to a point where it cannot carry on. Because the truth is so much, there is so much evidence that has swallowed up the lie already. There is no any other lie that they can lie, but the truth will keep on coming out. It's like water that have just been a hole that has borehole. You know, once the water erupts, it gushes out. That is how the truth is coming out, and it is overwhelming. So even for the judges, it will be difficult for them to turn a blind eye. What do they call that? They close the eye of the judiciary. You know, the symbol of you see nothing but justice. They will see nothing but justice. They've got no choice. Not because they want to do the right thing, or not because because what I want, they're not only going to, it's not just doing the right thing now. They also have, they've been bribed, obviously, I don't that is how the mode of operation in Nigeria. So something has happened, whether they've collected or they've not collected, that is another question to debate. There's also the angle of blackmail. Now, they might not collect the money, but will they fall for blackmail? Like I said the other day on this round table, the judiciary, the Supreme Court, they are the appellant court. That is where every matter comes to an end. It cannot go anywhere beyond that. If they rule on the matter, that is the end of it. Nothing can be done. Judgment stands. If they are in that position, it is not a my position. It is a very, very sacrosanct position of great and immense power. At this very moment, they are more powerful than the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So the power lies in their hand. They've been given the job of being Supreme Court judges. They were picked because of the caliber and their experience and the strength of their character. This is the time that they need to show us the strength of their character, whether they are willing to make the ultimate sacrifice to themselves. Because the blackmail, if they blackmail them, they might expose their secret, or they might even threaten them that if they don't do this, they will kill them or kill their loved ones. There is nothing that we will do in this life that will yield great result that does not come with sacrifice. And if that is the supreme sacrifice as supreme judges that they need to pay, then history will never forget them. History will speak for them. Their future generations and upon generation shall be remembered because of that singular act that they did. Because this is going to be equating them. It cannot be the same as Christ dying for all, but that is what it means. If they fall on that sword, it means they've saved over 200 million people by their death. That is what it means. Because if they are trying to kill them to do their bidding, and they say, you can kill me than for me to sell 200 million people, they pay the ultimate price, the supreme price. It might seem that we are asking for too much, but they've been in that position for a time such as this. They've enjoyed the glorification of that position of being Supreme Court judge. They've been held in high esteem. They've enjoyed the razzmatazz of life, the privileges that comes with the role. Now, this is where they need to pay the price. It's just like the Abobaku. Is it Abobaku? When the king dies, that is all the time that he's been enjoying life. That is when he needs to pay to escort the king. So it is a situation that after all these years of, enjoying the prestige and the benefit that being a Supreme Court judge brings, now the moment has come to test your resolve and to see if you are able to pay the price. And I want to believe that we are not fighting this battle in isolation. God is with us in this battle. Everybody is fighting a battle one way or the other. As long as you did not tell yourself, okay, let me just relax. Let them just take it. Let Tinubu just take it. As long as you say in your heart, God forbid for Tinubu to be my president, so shall it be. And not backing down. Any opportunity to speak up, to show your stance, you show it. God is already in this battle with us. He just wants us to show faith. And faith is what? Faith is a verb. It is a call to action. If you don't, you need to start it. You need to start what you want to see before God kicks in and takes over. So he wants us to show him what we have. What have we got? What are we doing? And now it is a question for each individual to ask themselves, what am I willing to sacrifice to get Nigeria to where it needs to go? While we are asking the supreme judges to make the ultimate sacrifice, the supreme sacrifice, what sacrifice are we willing to make as individuals? What are you willing to put on the table for Nigeria to go forward? Let us not just come here and be talking. Let's not just come here and be, everybody will be shouting, Nigeria, Nigeria, but then, oh, they call us for one bell, we are down. I'm not saying it's wrong to go. I'm taking a break to go and have a rest. There's nothing wrong with going for that. But when you go to that one bell, use it judiciously. Use it to galvanize soldiers.
Thank you very much, ma.
Orientate people to your way of thinking. Bring them to the obedient way of thinking. In fact, I will unleash everybody. Go for the one best, but don't go and just drink and eat. Go with a purpose and fire soldiers up and open people's eyes.
Thank you.
There is work to be done. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma. Give us a mandate. Are you there? Okay, give us a mandate is not available. Yes, I just want to say this. Also, I will do a final round, like 2 minutes final round before we go, because I will soon also be going. For me, I'm not begging the judiciary. No, they should do what they have to do. If you read the book of Revelation, at the time Jesus said, he that is holy, let him be holy. He that is just, let him continue to be just. So I come quickly, and my reward is with me to give to every man according to how his deeds shall be. So let them continue what they are doing. The same way in 1967, they did see the war coming.
Mr. Alex, before you go, to be honest, I think at this particular moment, we shouldn't, one way or the other, threaten or directly or indirectly to the judiciary, because whatever that we have in mind, especially anger or plans or anything that would trigger any Nigerians, out of their lane, should just put on hold right now until we see how the decision will go. Because sometimes, especially when you know that these people have directly labeled us, the obedient, as violent people, even when we know we are not. Yes, so it's not good to
you are right. You are right.
proactively put words
my
into
brother,
their mouth.
No, be as somebody they scratch me. You are right. You are right.
Yes, because if we put words into their mouth, my brother, to be honest, they will not say, oh, now threatening that they give all those kind of things. So let everybody stay calm. On the 29th of May is just around the corner, and let's see how it goes. And to be honest, with the pressure that is currently in Nigeria right now, if you ask me, despite that I don't have trust for this government, I've never trusted my own government, and it's their duty to convince me to trust them. But I have faith that the judiciary will not go against the people. It's too obvious. The evidences and all is just too obvious. So it is better, they do the right thing. And apart from they doing the right thing, their names will reign forever. People will sing their praises even after their departure in life. So for me, this platform, is a big platform, if I may say, as everyone know what that means. They are watching you, they are listening to you, you know, and there's a way you will give your submission. They'll listen to you. They'll say, okay, not be on the 29th or whatever, or tomorrow, or the 11 or the 10, 11, 13, whatever the date is. Let us just pass this judgment for the people. At
Okay.
least nobody lasts forever. They know somehow, someday they will die. They have only one life to live. So I believe
Yeah.
the cry, the plight of the people right now, the expression of our frustration at this particular moment, obviously, these judges, you can't tell me all the judges, their heart will be on stone. Some of them have a heart to listen, to understand, or rather to put themselves in the position of the people. For me, I strongly believe that we'll get the right decision from them.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Najawash. Yeah. Thank you. You always come and do this. You always hold the break. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. My brother, I know what I go through on a daily basis here in Benin, and it's not easy. It's not easy to think straight anymore. It's not easy. I can say I'm one of the few privileged ones. Yes, but even if you are privileged, even the privilege is being challenged right now. So, yeah, sometimes somebody need to remind us over and over again. That is why we have moderators, and that is why we have captains. You know, we have leaders in our own area of communication, in our groups, and so on and so forth. So, thank you for that. I keep that in mind, noted. And for me, what I think is that I also believe somehow, even if I don't believe in anything in Nigeria, but especially with what happened during the presidential election, it dashed the 20% hope I used to have on the system. But I've seen judicial cases historically turn against what you thought it's going to be. I saw it with Mr. Peter Obi twice. I saw it in Oshomole's case in Edo State, when the governor was already in power doing things. He was taken out by Judiciary. Osunbo, 3 months in government. So, yeah, Najawash, I believe something good can come out of Nazareth. You know, when Jesus met Nathaniel,
Exactly.
he went to go and he went to go and tell his brother, say, "Come, we have found you have found the Messiah, Jesus of Nazareth." He asked him, "Can anything good come out of Nazareth? Not be Nazareth, that smelly place, that dirty small place, that poor, wretched area, corrupt place." That's where the Messiah was born. So our own Messiah in Nigerian politics is about to be born from the judiciary. I believe against hope, Abraham believed. So against hope, let me believe. I believe because the judiciary knows they buy Gary from market. Their wives go to the same market with us. Their children go to the same market. Even if they go abroad, they do come back. They know it's not easy. They know the currency. They know the economy. They know the insecurity. They know the elections. They know what happened. They have children who are on social media. They know the truth. They know the evidences presented to them by the Obi Dati legal team. So they know that everybody is aware. Now or never it is. So, I want to I want to I want to say, please, judiciary, do the right thing. It's not in my usual way to talk like this, but for the sake of what we are fighting for, do the right thing. And I want to thank Mr. Peter Obi for comporting himself like this. Obi had everything to set the nation ablaze, but he said no. That is leadership. Some of us are not that patient. No, not Mr. Alice. Some of us, if I was in Obi's situation, some of us are not that patient. So I learned something from him. Patience, doggedness, resilience. You know, I learned calmness in the face of upheaval, in the face of blatant robbery. It was so obvious, audible to the deaf, visible to the blind. You don't need to tell the blind man it's raining. My God, Obi is a patient man. He's a great man. I learned a lot from that man. I learned how to try your best to keep your name clean, even if nobody is perfect. How to also be calm in the face of, I'm looking for a deeper word to use. I'm looking for opera or piva. No, there's a stronger word. I wouldn't be that patient. I wouldn't, no, me, with my, with the kind of person I am. So Peter Obi taught me humility. He taught me patience. He taught me alternative routes to your destination. There are different ways that lead to the airport. People come from but they still meet at the airport. So thank you, Mr. Njawash, for that correction, and I'll try to be more democratic, even if I have my own assertions and postulations and my own hypotheses about the possible outcome of the actions of the judiciary. I hope they will do the right thing. If they could do it for Shomole after 3 to 6 months, if they could do it for
they did it
Mr.
for
Peter
Obi
Obi
as well. Mr. Peter Obi, yeah.
two times.
Yes.
They did it for Obi 2 times. They impeached him at the time they stole his mandate a lot of times.
So I have hope. I have hope.
Story. I think we need to hear it again, Mr. Peter, Mr. Elvis. So
You
that
said what?
his own testimony of how he got his own mandate against all odds. Everybody in the cabinet.
Yeah, if we can get that video.
Okay, let me get it. Let me get it.
Yeah, it will be good it will increase our faith,
Yeah.
that
You are right, man.
I'm sure they would have gone and paid those judges too. They would have
Of
done
course.
what they needed to do.
Obi is the first governor that did that. The first governor that changed the calendar of governorship elections.
He waited 3 years to get it. 3 years.
My only concern is if the court judgment came out and says Obi won the election and they refuse to obey the court order.
How can they? That is where the thing
brother,
is.
That's where the war will
let them just do their work. The rest is for the people. It's not the people.
You don't understand.
Because they've done it before. They've done that to Nnamdi Kanu.
Not in presidency.
One love. Is it One Love that is talking?
No, Kingsley Benessa.
Okay, Oga Kingsley.
Yeah, yes, me.
They've not done it in this kind of situation. Who has they given government? If maybe are you referring to Kanu's own?
No. I was saying that Peter Obi waited 3 years to get his governorship mandate in Enugu State.
Okay, so you mean they gave him the
Anambra State? I mean,
no.
Who was talking about them not allowing him to rule or something?
Oh, that was another brother there. He was saying that because they didn't let Nnamdi Kanu out, so it may be comparable to that.
That's something else. That's something else.
That's an individual. We're talking about our nation here.
Our future.
What I was trying to say is we saw it over and over and over again. It repeated itself that this government has no respect for the rule of law whatsoever.
No.
Let me tell you something. That is when you see what will if the judiciary give him back his mandate. There is nothing they can do because that is when the people they've given us the right to topple them.
You will see you will know that what's happening in Sudan is
there's already palpitations for anarchy. Then the courts say yes, this is the rightful person that won the election, and then how would they even start by saying they will not give it? How would they even start first of all? How would they do it?
That's when you are going to see different regions start fencing.
The military the only way they can is to go with the military. But even the military themselves, I want to believe that they have fear to go against supreme judgment.
My brother, I understand your fear, but that's where you will now know that people, some regions.
My faith is in the people. Is in the people. What we will do. What we will do. In fact,
my brother.
Oga One Love, the way when you said it, and the way my spirit,
Somebody
The anger that
asked.
stirred in me.
Somebody asked Obi that question. Somebody
You
asked
see,
Obi
the
that question
anger
already.
that just stirred in me is the same anger that will stir in 200 million people. That
Yes.
anger, even those that
Yeah,
are doing
what gives me
Somebody
hope is
somebody
when people be said that he has faith in the judiciary, because every given time he has went to them, they have done the right thing. So
Me,
we
I
should
think he
take
was
solace
just
in that.
I think he was just being
do you
politically
know
correct.
what Obi said when somebody asked him this
But I think they will
question
do the right thing. I don't know
that
why
if
I think so. I think they will.
somebody asked Obi already this same question, that if you win and you're not allowed to rule, Obi said, leave the rest to me. You just go and vote. He said, leave the rest to me. He said it. He said, leave the rest to us.
This man is always on his knees. He's not ordinary. He is
Obi
with the
said, leave. He said,
he
leave
is
the
with the
go and
with the
vote
Holy
and leave.
Ghost,
And we have voted.
with
And
the Son,
and the
and
man
with
has not
God the
and
Father,
the man
God the Son, and God the Holy
and
Ghost.
the man has not failed. He has not backed down in spite of the pressure. They've called him for financial settlement. Do you know what that means? They must have offered him something more than 100 billion. He will say no, and they can give that money without thinking.
Exactly.
He said they called him for settlement. Do you know what that means? Nelson Mandela said the apartheid government were willing to give him $120 million, an estate in Australia, for him to vanish and forget about the struggle against black oppression. He refused. The same thing they did to Obi. They called him for settlement severally. They set him up with women. They set him up with people to give him food. But he overcame it. The reports started coming out last 2-3 weeks. They set him up in different hotels during the electionary campaign. That's when they now brought this telephone conversation that he had with Oyedepo, whether they doctored it or not. So Obi knows
Mr.
the
Alice,
rest.
my wife is from Kenya. Okay? So my wife is from Kenya. We know Kenya just went through the same thing that we are going through. So when they did the right thing in Kenya, every one of them were all happy. But the man that lost till today is still raising hell in Kenya. But now the government is suppressing him because they know he's trying to be a spoiler. But if the judiciary do the right thing, then we as a people, we will be the one to carry out that
Of course.
verdict that they have given. So they should just pass the right verdict, and we will enforce it.
If you know the way the people are waiting for this, the people are waiting for this. They are waiting earnestly. It's just like people on the line waiting to start the race. That's what they're doing. If the judiciary gives it to Obi, or they say rerun, okay. If they say rerun, no problem. They say Obi, no problem. Because if it's a rerun, we will do our homework again and come out and even vote better for Mr. Peter Obi. Even those who have lost hope on the system will come out and vote again. It will be better this time. We will force it down their throat this time. We'll do it in a way. Yes.
Will it be out of place? Sorry if I'm diverting. Sorry.
Okay.
Will it be out of place if we start thinking, because if the judiciary say that that election is null and void,
yes,
like you are saying, another election would be carried out, right? So that another election will be between LP and PDP. Am I correct?
I don't know. I have to ask a lawyer or INEC staff. I don't know, but I think it would be
because I want to believe that for it means some of the petition that
Tinubu was not qualified.
It would make him not qualified. So it would be between PDP and LP. So something just came to my mind. Is that why Momodu is talking like this? Is that why Dino are talking like
that? If they disqualify Tinubu, sorry to interrupt you. Yeah. If they disqualify Tinubu on all these litany of charges that he has against him, and I don't see how they will not disqualify him. To openly lie on your from EC9, right?
9.
To openly lie, that is way too much. Then not only that, so many other things he has done. So at the end of the day, I know they will disqualify him. So if they disqualify that man that is not fit to be, where he's supposed to be, then the two of them, it will be now Atiku and Obi, the two political parties
Do
that
you,
will go for it.
but when you are talking about
what I'm trying to get us to start thinking is that I think what the PDP camp and maybe I could be wrong, are trying to do is to align themselves for now with LP to fight that battle of getting Tinubu disqualified, so that we will go back into the ring again with them, because now they know that they didn't even get the 25%. The way this man is talking today, I mean yesterday, now it's yesterday. What's his name again?
It's obvious they didn't get it. Delo Momodu.
Yeah, the way Dele Momodu was talking, and he said that even his principal did not get the 25%. So it is now going to be going back into the ring for them to perfect. They are also riggers. Remember, they are also as good as APC.
Yeah,
Only that APC,
but this time around, if there has to be a rerun, they will not allow what had just happened before. It will not happen. Trust me.
so
I know I know Nigeria is a lawless country, the way we are running that country. But when if they will remove Mahmoud this time, trust me, if they pass this verdict for a rerun, Mr. Mahmoud will not be the one administrating it.
Mr. Kingsley, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, sir.
I would like to ask you, sir, do you, because when you are saying, oh, Tinubu will be disqualified, they will disqualify Tinubu, to be honest, it put a lot of smile on my face. I am happy to hear things like that. But my concern is that, do you think, because the way I'm looking at it, do you think our judges will have the guts to stand for what is right and disqualify Tinubu? This have never happened before.
Mr. Jawash, can I answer that question a little bit before
Mr. Alex, I'll let you go first. Go ahead,
okay. There's something I know about lawyers, judges especially. They can take money from you and still mess you up sometimes. I've seen a judge that sentenced his own son against his wife's wishes and his family wishes to life imprisonment because of killing and courtesan activities in school. In Nigeria here,
yeah,
judges
I can tell you that.
Judges are not predictable people. He can collect 100 million from you and return the money to you after the case and pass his own judgment.
So
2
that
minutes
means
can
what
change.
you are saying is that
2 minutes can
these
change your mind.
judges will have the guts to openly.
Yes,
Judges are second.
This is my own.
Mr. Elvis, you asked me a question. Let me now quickly answer. I believe so, sir. You know why I believe so? You see, Kenya is just as corrupt as Nigeria, though we are a little higher than them, but they do the same thing. They say
we are a little higher than them.
There's a joke. They said Mexico was tagged to be the most corrupt country in the world. Okay, but even Mexico said that they will bribe Nigeria to be number one. Are you with me now? You get the gist of the joke. Mexico was tagged to be number one corrupt country in the world. Nigeria was supposed to be second, but Mexico said that we bribe Nigeria, so that we will be number one. That means Nigeria is actually number one. Okay, so Nigeria is so corrupt to the point we know what happens. But I'm telling you, because the whole world, the service is watching this. Every one of us that want a new Nigeria, and we are so many, we are watching this.
Okay.
They will not be able to afford to do the wrong thing this time. Trust me, that we do the right thing. We'll be glad at the end of the day. For some reason, I just believe that they will leave a strong precedent for us to follow going forward.
I really appreciate your faith. Right now, I have become very cynical with human beings, and because they are human beings, I do not want to accord them such grace because of the pressure that would befall them, or that is currently befalling them. They have immense pressure, financial, blackmail, threats to life. The pressure is on them. They might not be sleeping properly. They can be sleeping properly. So the question is, how strong is their resolve to do the right thing under all this pressure? That is the question. So
It's
for
the
me,
same thing that happened in
okay.
Kenya. They were
So
under immense
yeah.
pressure
So
from
what I'm
who?
trying to say is, I mean, your presentation came across very like it is something they will automatically do. But what I'm trying to say is that there is that pressure, and it is not going to be an automatic thing for them to do. That is where I'm saying I'm acknowledging all those pressures, and my faith is not in their ability to withstand those pressures, but is in the God that is going to talk in their matter. They will not even know He is going to overcome it on their behalf. It's not them that will even do it. I don't know if I'm making sense, but
Yeah,
that is,
yeah. See, my sister, is this Busy Brain?
yes.
Okay, ma, how are you? See,
Um,
I believe in God fully with all my heart and soul. Okay,
mm,
but then God uses men, right?
yeah,
Because God
that's,
does not come down to intervene in our affairs by himself. We
no.
have to do it. Okay, so but God will use these men. These are old men now. These are not old men and women. Woman, I mean, 4 men and one woman. These
Mm,
people, some of them have actually stood for what was right. I was listening to the cases that they've. I think either is I think it was Mr. Elvis that was airing some of their landmark judgments. Mr. Elvis, I believe you did something to this effect. You were going through their landmark judgments.
Yeah.
Some of these judges, what they have
Yeah.
left before, behind, what they have passed judgment on. Some of them actually stood for what was right. So I believe at this hour that their legacy as a judge, a Supreme Court judge, will be seriously on the line. And I mean, for the country not to implode, like my brother Alice has been saying before our very eyes, we do the right thing. God will force them to sit down and take stock of the right things because everybody could see what have happened. Like Abraham Alice said, a blind man, you don't tell him that it's raining. He will know when the rain starts beating him. So these guys, they saw every one of these judges, they saw what happened on election day. This
Exactly.
election where people were coming to the for polling booth. I'm talking about INEC officials at 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon. Have you ever seen any country where things are done like that? No, they did it deliberately to sabotage the election, to make it not to work the way they have said it should work. So the handwriting is on the wall. So many things that happened, and they know it. So I mean, I
Okay.
cannot say
Uh,
more.
I like the way every one of you responded to that question because for me, since I was born, I've never seen anything like this before. Like we're talking about the number one seats. I'm very, very optimistic here. The pessimism is still a bit there. I'm a human, especially when you know that you don't have trust for your government. I can see now that Anthony Ola is saying that the judges can come up with a good decision, but depend on what Buhari wants. But the same attorney, you're also saying that yes, Buhari administration do not want Tinubu. To be honest, my brother, I don't want us to be carried away with they want Tinubu or they don't want Tinubu.
Exactly,
This is what
exactly.
they did. This is what they did during the time of Naira.
Naira, yeah.
Every one of us was carried away. They don't want Tinubu. They are doing this to make life difficult for Tinubu and all that. And then we now saw lots of armored cars coming to Lagos. We said, oh, they are coming to protect the people, voters, and all that. Trust me, what happened at the end? At this particular
But
moment,
but Najawash, can I remind you of something a little bit? Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm right. If you can remember, I think along the line, from the beginning, Buhari did not want Tinubu. 14 APC governors and Tinubu himself kept on shouting, Buhari, Buhari.
Mr. Alice, I
They
think,
stormed.
well, I don't know if that. Right.
My
Listen,
brother
yes,
Alex,
let me
Alex, please,
let me just
don't
round
just
up.
start
I
that
think
conversation
eh,
of Buhari wanting Tinubu or no. I don't really want to discuss it because you are already getting carried away again. To be honest, how can you be saying Buhari doesn't want Tinubu? These people,
Buhari that
they
said
are all
opposition
satanic
party.
people eating together, planning together, recycling your future together. You are saying they don't want each other. Why should I be here be deliberating that? These people are satanic. Why must you trust them? You know, do we have any proof that Buhari doesn't want Tinubu? They are doing everything together. They are satanic. These
Mr.
people know
Elvis,
what
do you know
they're
that
doing.
before now, El Rufai did not come out from Kaduna? Do you see that he's in Abuja now with Tinubu, all of them pari passu?
Exactly. All of them are pretending, deceiving Nigerians,
No, these
showing the
guys,
color they want to show to
they
us.
cannot be trusted anymore.
You know, they
Never,
cannot be trusted.
never,
You know,
never.
I'm surprised
Mr.
that others
Elvis,
carried
Mr.
away
Elvis,
with their
please can I come
satanic
in for a minute? You see,
pretense.
you remember when you spoke to Brother Alice and you told him not to preempt the judiciary for him
Yeah.
to wait, right?
Mm.
Now we need to wait with cautious optimism. Wait and just be optimistic, but cautiously,
No,
because
when it comes to judiciary, yes,
yes.
we need to be optimistic. But when it
Why
comes to
should we be
Buhari,
pessimistic when we know what they say as a man thinketh, so he is. See, let's think positive now on this. I know not everything happening in Nigeria, most of the things are happening negatively. Okay, but let's believe for once that these
to
people
be
will do the right
honest,
thing.
sir, let me tell you,
Yeah.
anything to do with Buhari, you know, there's nothing like pessimism. All is just, there's nothing like optimism. I mean, you know, to be honest.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
But is the judiciary with Buhari? No, he may have elected some of them, but they are not going to be the one. They are not going to be doing Buhari's bidding. You
Yeah,
believe
but
they will be doing
what about
Buhari's bidding?
That's
Inamde
what I'm
Kanu's case?
saying. Yeah,
Inamde Kanu.
it's like, you know,
What
oh,
about Inamde Kanu?
no,
Yeah,
what I'm
they
saying,
they ruled against Buhari's regime,
Did he
government.
allow him? Did he allow him to go?
Yeah, but
what
that okay, ruling for something, and then the government not carrying it out,
They know
the
what they are
executive not carrying it out is another thing. Remember, we have spoken about that just now. That if they rule for a new Nigeria, we will be the one to establish it, right, Mr.
yeah,
Alice?
but
We've agreed on that.
what I'm
yeah,
saying,
of course.
what I'm saying is, if we have to keep trust, like I told, where's that noise coming from? Mute yourself, please. Oh,
I'm busy doing.
oh God, busy Grace, that was you. Okay. You know, the truth of the matter is, I can build my trust at this particular moment. Like I said before, we should be patient for the judiciary. We shouldn't pressure them, insult them, or threaten them. We should pray. By God's grace, it's already in their hands. You know, they should make the right decision. Everybody know what the right decision would be. Okay, good. But for Buhari, for people to say at this particular moment, no, I think say Buhari no want Tinubu. No, I don't want our brain to be cajoled again because it happens before. That's what I'm saying. You know, there's no
And,
need. If you
and that is it. That is, I think it is all their. Honestly, these people scripted this thing. INEC did it to us, where they made us believe that all will be well. Yeah, these people, Wike did it with us when he made us feel like he's with us, with the people. Buhari and Co, they were fighting about money, starving, so that people will not buy votes. That was rubbish. It was just because it's the reason they wanted Nigerians to suffer the more. They want people to struggle. That is the pact they signed with the devil,
yeah.
because it's only the devil that wants to see people suffer. So
So
it is just for them to get our trust, so that they can betray us in the most unmanageable way.
so to be honest, for me, I don't want anybody to be deceived anymore with Buhari like the lane my brother Alex was going. Please don't say if Buhari liked Tinubu or not. These people cannot be trusted, my brother. Please,
If he does not like, if he didn't like Tinubu, or if he wanted the right thing to be done, he should sacrifice whatever it is, whatever hold that they have on him. That is why he's a leader. Leaders
do you know?
sacrifice. They
Do
give
you
them
know? Do you know how many times since the election that Buhari have came out to say that this is the best election ever?
and
That
he
is the
says the
most
election stands.
yeah, it stands. Is a transparent, fair, and whatever. So just 4 days ago he said it again. So for me, I don't trust Buhari at all.
And the fact that for me, I still believe the federal government, I mean, the executive controls the judiciary. So if you ask me, I'm not trying to put down anybody's hope. If you ask me, how is this going to turn out? Because the executive has so much power in terms of what they control. I'm still a little bit on the caution side here. Like, I'm kind of still not 100% confident on what's going to happen, because if you look at what is going on, they've been shouting go to court from day one, and up to this point, Buhari still keeps saying, well, we've had the best election, this and that. And I remember what happened in 2019. I believe that was when he changed the Chief Justice of Nigeria, because they had a plan for what they were trying to do. So I don't think by now they don't have plans on ground on how they are going to manipulate the judiciary. If you ask me if they do, I would definitely tell you yes, they have, and they must have perfected that plan by now on what they are going to get from the court. So I am kind of on the side of Nigeria Watch here. I really don't trust what is going to come out of that court.
And for me, I like the fact that our principal have so much trust for the judiciary. Maybe because of his previous impeachment when he was the governor of Anambra State and all that. So I think we should stick behind him, to keep that
Yes.
trust, to see what is going to come out of it. So, like I promised earlier on, let's listen to a brief explanation about the previous experience of impeachment from Mr. Peter Obi here quickly, then we can talk on it.
Mr. Elvis, before you play the tape, please let me just say one thing.
Okay, sir.
One thing that will make that why we should be hopeful that we will get the right outcome. Why are they clamoring for Peter Obi, our principal, to withdraw his case? Why? If they think he does not have any kind of merit, they will
Exactly.
not be after him. Okay,
And
go. They know what they have done already.
do you know what, my brother? They are not even talking about the second position. They should be talking about article, not to be that
The reason they are not talking about the second position is because our principal won the whole election. They know that, okay? But because they didn't want to put him in that second position, should in case there'll be a rerun. That's why they put article there, allegedly, so that when if there's a rerun, they'll be running against somebody that they know is just as bad as them. Are you with me? So it was strategic. That's why they made him the second person. Yeah.
Anyway.
I think so too. I think they knew that Atiku also paid someone or tried to ring the election just as they did. So they basically are not even talking about the guy. They're just focusing on Obi because they know Obi actually won the election. That's why they have so much attention on him.
All right, let's see to this video quickly. Then we can take it from here. Thank you very much, my people.
Looking at your Wikipedia page, we can see a number of times you've been impeached and the people coming after you, and then and then the court comes in and then you go out and you come in again. We've heard you speak about this subject matter. I would like you to touch on this very specifically. When there are conflicts of interest like this, do you abandon ship? Young Christians want to know. If somebody says you need to give us a piece of this, what you're generating for the people in order to remain in office to do a good work, what do we do?
There's no conflict. If you know what you've promised the people and you're determined to do, you do it. There's no conflict. Anybody who tells you about conflict is just telling you nonsense. If you promise the people, I've been in position, and I've said publicly, I've been in position where I come to Abuja very often, and I'm told to my face by the authorities, your people are not happy with you. And this is coming from the number one, number two people in the country. And I said to them, well, I never promised anybody happiness. Go and look at my promises. I promised to fix school. I promised to do rural roads. I promised to do health, and I'm doing them. If anybody wants happiness, you go to the comedians and everybody. I'm not part of that. I never promised happiness. And that's it. There's no conflict between. I was impeached. When I was impeached, my first impeachment was 3 items. 3. Number 1 item is that when I became governor, the office of the governor was burnt. During my predecessor's time, the lodge where the governor lived was burnt. So, in the budget that I met, there's 298 million naira to repair the office of the governor, and it's already been given to somebody. But when I came in, I saw that the office of the governor was consuming almost 30% of our budget. And I said, what is the education get? By the time we rearranged our budget to be able to achieve our vision that we've chosen then, the only thing that the office of the governor can get about 5%. So there was need to reduce all avenues. So I said, please, we are going to do this by direct level. It was a proof budget of 298 million. Everything I spent was 43,200,000. And because we didn't have the money, and I bought everything new except table. Because there was a table used by one of previous governor that was there. And they said, no, it's old. I said, table is table. Bring a table, yeah. You don't need to buy new table because it's table. It's just table to write. It doesn't matter. Then to refurbish the office of the governor, where the governor lived, was 486 million budget. Everything cost us 81 million. Hi. Because they were trying to buy bed from Dubai, this one, that, anything. It's all kind. There must be somebody who can do bed. Yeah, bed is bed. There's no difference between 2 beds. It's just to sleep. Even if they buy gold bed, if you have reason to be awake, you'll be awake. If they give you this one, people can sleep here and wake up. So let's buy bed in Oka. And we bought bed in Oka. But what did they do? That was number 2 item. Number 3 item was I was saving money. From day one, I said we must save at least 5% of our revenue. So we have to do this. So it became a quarrel. But when I said conflict, when impeachment started, it got to a stage where prominent Anambra people negotiated for me to give them money in order to stop. I said, no, I cannot do what I'm going to regret here. And we're not going to change it. We shut down. I was the only governor who didn't have a lodge in Abuja. I said, my predecessor bought that house for 1 billion naira. And I shut it down. I said, listen, governor of Anambra State doesn't live in Abuja. I have no reason to have a house in Abuja. We only use it to collect letter. They can deposit our letter anywhere. I'll go and collect it. Because we don't have the money. Not because of anything. Some other states have money. They can keep it. But we didn't have the money. We shut down the presidential lodge. For example, every state have presidential lodge. We had it. But it was costing us money. We shut it down. When Obasanjo wanted to come, he insisted he must sleep in Anambra State for 3 days. And I went to him and said, Mr. President, you don't need to sleep in Anambra State. You can come in the morning and go in the evening. But if he insists, because he wanted to, he's close to pastor's father, and he said, I want to see Pastor's father. He's my friend. I said, you know what? We won't quarrel. I have my lodge where I live with my bed and everything. I'm going to give it to you for 1 month. When you go, I come back. And that was where he said, I give it to his people, packed my things and left the lodge for 2 weeks. They went, they finished. I came back because I didn't have money to keep presidential lodge in Oka. So there's no conflict. We needed money for school. We needed money to fix school, to do this, and we needed to do it. There was no conflict at all. We focused on what we promised the people, and we delivered it.
Thank you very much.
All right. If I may ask now, this man was...
Mr. Elvis, please allow me. Honestly, anytime I see Peter Obi speaks, it gets me emotional. This that you played now, honestly, I'm just trying to hold myself. In the history of Nigeria.
Give us our mandate. Where did you come from?
I've been doing some other things, you know.
We've been calling you for donkey years, for donkey minutes.
I have to also, you know.
You just came from oblivion. You have to render to us your sincere apologia.
Let me render my apologia, Mr. Hades, Mr. Elvis, Madam Busy Brain, Mr. Kingsley, Mr. One Love. Please accept my sincere apologia.
Accepted.
So I will accept your apologia just because you're not Buhari.
Oh, I can never be Buhari. I can never. I reject it.
I have said, give us our mandate. I thought I was going to see you in church in the morning.
So I mean, this that you play. Honestly, whenever I hear Peter Obi speaks, it gives me like you know those days when you see Nelson Mandela speak. You know when Obama was contesting for presidency. I was back home in Nigeria. Myself, my friend, my childhood friend, were in their living room, and that night we will not sleep because we saw hope. We saw glimpse of hope in America. That is what Peter Obi is doing to Nigeria today. Anytime this man speaks, he speaks the mind of Nigerians. He speaks the mind of the young people, the youth. He speaks the future. He speaks the presence. A man with fierce boldness. He doesn't fear anything. He has a conscience of the people. He has a conscience of truth and honesty. Oh man, this guy is not God. He's not saint. But I mean, whenever he speaks what Nigeria was founded upon: integrity, morals, character. That is what we're being trained with. And these foolish people, these wicked men, these bad people, these crazy men.
And it's sincere to the core, sincere from the bottom of his heart.
Crazy killers, bastard human beings. Man.
Give us our mandate. I stayed up for 2 nights when Obama was running for his first term. I stayed up for 2 nights. I didn't sleep until he finally won.
I was watching that thing back home in Nigeria. Obama said there is hope. And
okay, but what I wanted to add after that speech from Mr. Peter Obi and numerous speeches from Mr. Peter Obi, now, if these people are not really satanic
and demonic,
as I've described them, why are they trying to deny this man from ruling Nigeria?
And he has told them, he said, go and ask anybody, maybe in Anambra, anybody, anywhere in the world that has said,
Mr. Elvis,
a man that have
give us our mandate.
Like
you know why? Even Peter Obi have said it to you. You have said it so many times, Mr. Elvis, that you cannot run the bad people out of town easily. The status quo is impunity, stealing, wastage. They want to continue on that path. And Mr. Obi is trying to bring Nigeria.
The government we buy champagne for 5 million naira. 5 million naira champagne.
Now, Mr. Obi is trying to bring Nigeria to prominence, where we can be a League of Nations, among the Leagues of Nations, where we can stand tall and say we are Nigerians. People recognize that our country is doing well. These guys, they don't want that. What they want is their destructive part, buying houses in foreign countries where they don't even live, giving our money to the Western world to keep in their banks, So that's the way of their own lifestyle. But this man wants to stop all of this, and they don't want him to stop it. That's why they are fighting tooth and nail to stop him.
Imagine there was one guy I saw on Twitter. He said something that we have told Tinubu to go and build political school. I was like, build political school of thuggery and killings. The only man that can build a political school is Peter Obi, because he understands what it means to do politics. What he has just done during elections is to tell you that politics does not mean that you have to kill your
Do you
opponents.
know what?
Politics does not mean that you
mandate.
have to destroy your opponents. Politics, we can still do politics even though we are heated. You see what Dino Melayo did to him during one interview in one of the town halls, and he called out Dino. He said, Dino, stop doing this. Stop. Even with that being said, he did not send people to go and take the life of Dino Melayo. They are still friends. That's what politics means. Peter Obi understand what politics means. Politics of love. Even though we are on the other side of the fence, we can still be brothers. All of them, he address them as brothers. He will tell you, this one is my elder brother. Even in Ken Inaman, if you see Inaman, he will say, Ken is my brother. We are only different on our ideology. But these other guys, they don't understand that. They can destroy life because they want this power. And this man keeps telling you guys have run out the country. Only one man that does not have, he has the money to buy a house in Dubai, in UK, everywhere in the world.
They give us a mandate. Do you know that what I'm saying, if they allow Peter Obi to rule, and brother, I don't want it to look like I'm exaggerating. Now, if Peter Obi ruled Nigeria for 8 years, I promise you, my brother, that Nigeria will be close to Dubai.
You are not exaggerating, Mr. Elvis. You are not. And I tell you the truth. If Peter Obi and Ahmed Dati do 16 years, for example, 8 years back to back, we will have a country with rule of law. We will have proper courts. We have proper prisons. We will have proper hospitals, world-class hospitals, where people will be coming from all parts of Africa to treat themselves there. I'm telling you.
But
this guy, he does not go to foreign hospital, and he's still very healthy. Very healthy. Very, very healthy. Man. Honestly, I have not seen a country like our country where we have the best man at this time. And people are saying that Mahmoud Yakub said that he wants to give us a drug baron as a president. He wants to give us drug baron. I don't understand. When you have a sane mind, a man that speaks to statistics and the economy of the world. Peter Obi speaks to the economy of the world. Everything he says is just based on the economy of the world. He
Give
tells
us
you,
our mandate. Please, you see, some of the people, I'm not talking about the politicians, I'm talking about the regular citizen and the masses. Some of them, they are not educated to who Peter Obi is. Some of them are actually ignorant of who the person of Peter Obi. And like the propaganda of fear of an able man and all that, they've actually blinded some people with it. They've blinded some Yorubas, they've blinded some Hausas with it. But most people, they know who Peter Obi is. Those are the ones that are clamoring to the point that they are willing to, because we know that this man will not do the wrong thing. He already said what he will do, but we will all walk hand in hand with him, because it's not going to be able to do everything by himself. So we need every good citizen of Nigeria to work with him to bring these things to reality. But I know that man will do exactly what he said he would do. I know that for a fact.
if he was telling lies, look at what the video you just showed us now, Mr. Elvis. If he was telling lies, and this, if you want to know someone that doesn't tell lie, you see that same video you played now. If you go watch some of his video, the same thing is said about that governor's lodge, how he was impeached, the same line of story, the same line of thoughts, nothing changed. That is how you can know a man that does not tell lies. He will follow the same pattern. Peter Obi told you, okay, they remove him because of this 3 years. He would, if he said it yesterday, the same way he said yesterday, the same way he will say today. And those stories still remains new. They still remain in the heart of the people that I was only impeached because I did not give money to these people to do this. But how much I mean, was it CM that was telling us that every day they kill cow in the presidential in the governor's lodge? And Peter Obi told them, "Ah, this cow you are killing, what was it for?" He shut it down. They saved the money. He said his friend will tell him, "Oh, governor, we are coming. Ever since he become governor, I've not seen you. I'm coming to the governor's lodge." He said, "No, don't worry. I'll come to your house once I'm finished. I'll come to your." He said because if I go there, they will entertain me as their governor. But if they come here, they want me to spend money. The guy is not a wicked person. He's not a stingy man. He's just a principled man. That this is the public fund that must be used for the public good, for the good of the people, not because I have this opportunity. I have to just destroy everything. This is the man that understands the principle. Look at Tinubu before he became a governor. What enterprise does he has? This man has a private jet. Not here in the United States. Will a governor have a private jet?
Even Wike.
The city of Dallas gave their key to Peter Obi.
That's
How many
when you talk about Dallas,
how many Nigerian
it's not
governors
far from me.
have
Eric Johnson.
they honored in overseas like that? How many?
What you talked about is not far from me. I mean, within 30 minutes, I can drive to downtown Dallas. I'm there already. I mean,
Where
I
do
was
you
there
live,
this
sir?
morning. I'm in Texas. And so where you
Wh-
mentioned now the mayor,
Which part are you? I mean, I used to live in Dallas. Okay, but
I'll put my stuff in the private chat.
I used to live in Dallas. But the city of Dallas gave the key to Peter Obi. That is how much respect they have for this man. This is a man that
That
they
was
wanted to give a suit
Eric Johnson.
of 2,500 to do presentation. The man said no.
He doesn't want it.
He said buy me 250 euro suit and give me the 2,500. Let me give it to somebody here for charity, and he gave it away. And that woman is doing very fine now with that money.
Man, I mean, I really don't understand. I don't understand.
It's just sad how
Very, very sad.
the president is coming and you want to have a presidential. Every governor have presidential lodge in Abuja. Come on, what happens to the hotel? I remember when Trump came to my city, like the guy stayed in a hotel where everyone would normally would just go. I mean, although it was a 5-star hotel, but I don't think we ever have any place that is designated as presidential lodge, governor's lodge.
No, we don't have that in the United States.
These
They
are
all
just
sleep
waste to
in the
waste money.
hotel. They sleep in the hotel. Because our hotels here, I mean, there are some suits you go to, they are more or less like presidential lodge, but we don't have all of those nonsense here. I even heard now that Nigeria maintain nine planes for the presidency. Which
They
country
just
does
have
that?
their secret service agents finish.
Yeah,
That is it to guide
yeah.
them.
It's just for
Nothing else.
one or two nights. That's all.
Ah, man.
That's the wastage we are talking about.
Big
That is
waste.
Wasted.
what this man want.
9
That
planes.
is what this man want to curtail.
Big
If
waste.
if they tell you the amount they give to them, they give them money for clothes. They should. Man, I've not seen anywhere. They said Nigerian lawmakers are the highest paid in the whole world.
Yeah, that's true. When you look
In
at
a country where we
their
cannot
base
even, where the
salary,
people cannot even eat.
yeah. When you look at their base, I remember even back in 2009, I was looking through their base salary, and they have like newspaper allowance, bedroom allowance, wardrobe allowance, toothbrush allowance. They give them, like, come on, at the end of the month, these guys are earning millions of dollars for going to the house to sleep. They go there and sleep. They don't do anything.
One Love, I was even telling them that if they want to, it is only that they've not carried their water bed to the house to go and sleep there, because some of them they are snoring. And Peter Obi told them, he said, all they will come and do yes, the nay say nay and the yea say yea, you have it back, and 2.5 million naira or dollar in the account
Yeah, come.
for saying just yea or nay. Most of them, they've been on the floor of the house for only God knows when, and they've not legislated one bill.
Nothing.
One bill.
Nothing.
One
Nothing.
bill. Ah, man. These guys
Let
are
me tell you
satanic.
how bad. Give us a mandate. Let me tell you how bad Nigerian political scene is. Back then, when I was in the States, I had a friend that is in Benin today. He was in Canada then. His name is called Ultimate Equal. Okay. This guy at that time, back in the 90s, he used to give Oshomole, Adams Oshomole, he used to give him stipends, money, like to keep him going. But the same man that he used to give stipends to today owns, if you go to his village, all manners of property, that you cannot even dream of owning. And this was somebody that didn't have anything at one point, about 20 something years ago. That is how Nigerian politics is run.
It's very sad. You're saying that Ultimate Equal used to give Oshomole's stipend, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, 100%.
Wow.
Because then he was in Toronto with my younger brother, Mohammed. They were all in the same neighborhood. They lived together.
Are they still in talky terms, both of them?
No, they fell out.
Can you
They
imagine?
fell out at one point, okay, because Equal himself, at that time was like domineering a little bit, like trying to lay down rules and all that. But at the end of the day, the man was like, "No, you cannot be telling me what to do all the time like that." So somehow they parted ways. But the point I was trying to drive home is this: a man that didn't have much at that point, today, that same man, you cannot even come close to what he has. People don't declare assets. How did he earn all that money in such? Nobody's questioning anybody. Nobody.
Exactly.
Impunity, as you said, sir.
Oshomole has a private jet too, Oshomole. And these guys park this jet in the airport and they pay for it every single day. And when they fly out of the country, they park these things in the airport and they pay for it while they are there. So, and they will keep telling us Nigeria is too small, we don't have money. But they keep borrowing, just borrow and borrow and borrow, and they share the money. I don't know.
Very sad. Anyway, my people, it's been a long day. I thought because of that conversation was going very smoothly, so I decided for us to spend at least additional 1 hour or two. So it's been a long day now. This it's quite late here in the UK now. It's exactly 2 a.m. here now. So I think it's time for us to round up so that we can have some rest. Remember, we'll be coming back again later on by 6 p.m. So you know how it is. So thank you, my people. I really do appreciate you all for always.
Now you will go thank Pastor Mr. Elvis. You've been such a wonderful soul, and only God can bless you. Honestly. Deuteronomy 28 verse 12 for you, the heavens will be open unto you and your family, because imagine people looking for millions to go to these media houses. They don't have it. This is the only place we can all come together, and it's just because of our country. So I mean, honestly, my brother, you see how you brought Nigerians together. We have somebody from the north, somebody from the south, somebody from the southwest, southeast. Everybody just coming here. You've been a wonderful
true
soul.
patriots. Yeah, true patriots. True patriots.
Yeah,
God bless you.
We just want a better Nigeria. That's why we're doing what we're doing. It's a collective
That is
effort.
what we are crying for, my brother. That's what we are crying for.
Mr. Harris, thank you, and get some good rest, okay?
Thank you, my brother. Thank you, sir.
God bless you. God bless
I really
you.
appreciate you. Busy brains. Thank you very much, madam.
I'll super chat you for your coffee, okay, with something major, okay?
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
God bless you, sir.
Thank you.
God bless you.
Have a good night. Madam Busy Brains, I really appreciate you, madam. Thank you so much.
Really appreciate you too, honestly. I'll be traveling, so my joining might be a bit epileptic.
Okay.
Till Friday. So let's see how it goes.
That's fine. That's fine. Just concentrate on what you're doing. As long as you are listening to us, that's the most important thing. Your submission means a lot. So whenever you come back, you can come and iron everything.
I will see that.
We all wish you a very safe journey, sister.
Safe
Thank you
journey,
so
Safe
much.
trip, safe trip,
Thank
safe
safe
trip.
you.
trip.
Thank you.
Thank you
God
so
bless.
much. I
It's
one love.
really a
Thank you
family.
so much.
Thank you
I
so much, Mr. Niger Wash, for being the mouthpiece of the oppressed and the 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 ones that have been left behind by the political class in Nigeria. I so much appreciate your channel. Like I said, I told you earlier, I stumbled upon this platform while I was going through YouTube, and I was like, let me click on it and see what this is all about. And to be frank, I really never wanted to do anything with Nigeria anymore, but you actually resurrected that hope. And
wow.
when I saw your enthusiasm for the betterment of Nigeria and looking at what Peter Obi stands for, I was like, let me listen to what this guy has to say. And ever since, I have really learned a lot from your channel. It actually got me closer to home again. Thank you so
Wow.
much. And I just want you to continue doing what you're doing. And God bless you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. I'm honored. I'm honored. I appreciate you all. I want to thank everybody, and I'm grateful to God that what I'm doing here is impacting people positively. I'm just being natural, and this is me. I all I give is all I have. I can't give what I don't have. So what I give is what I have, and if you follow me for 100 years, this is what you continue to get, because that's just me. I'm natural with what I do, and I don't support anything that is wrong that can cause human beings pains. So I've got to realize that these satanic people, they derive pleasure from our pains. So one needs to speak out. So that's what I'm doing. What I'm doing, and I'm so happy that you guys decided to join the race and say, okay, Naija Wash, you can't do this alone. Let us join you and put our voices there. So I thank you all. It's a collective effort. To be honest, one person cannot do this. So thank you to everybody, directly or indirectly, that is supporting this movement. I appreciate every one of you, because you guys come in here all the day, all the time to express, pour out your plight here. These guys are listening to you. We are grateful to God that we've built the platform to that level where they now listen to us. So now, whatever submission you give here, you now have in your back of your mind, that they are listening, they are hearing you. That's a good thing. Rather than you are talking, you know that they are not going to hear this. No matter how you shout or whatever you say, they are not going to hear it, because nobody will pass it to them. But on Naija Wash, whatever you say here, I guarantee you 90% the message they reach them. And it's a good thing. So I thank every one of you. Thank you very much. God bless you all.
Thank you. Have a good night, everyone.
Thank
God
You
you, brother.
too.
bless.
God bless you.
Mr. Elvis, try talk to Aisha, see how you can bring her here so that she can come talk to people on this platform too.
Yes. Yes, I will see the best time for her, because what she will be coming to talk about, that's the most important thing. So I don't just bring people in. Aisha is a big name as well, but we need to be sure what, at this particular time, anybody you are bringing in now, when they have everything to do with judiciary, nobody want to talk on it. By law, you don't have to. That's why everybody's running away from it.
Is she in the UK?
No, she's in
No, she's
America.
in Washington DC. She's here in the United
Okay.
States.
Yeah, she's in America. So Kenneth Okonkwo was supposed to be here with us. So the reason why I have not put pressure on him is because more of the questions that people are clamoring for right now are relatively connected with judiciary. And judiciary, because of that, they might not answer. You see what the Labour Party National Chairman said the other day, when one or two persons passed a question of the judiciary to him. He bypassed them, because we don't want to, at the end of the day, we are close to the judgment day. We don't want them to say, oh, one of Labour Party person went to social platform and be saying this. You and I can talk about it, but the court cannot take offense from that. But for example, the way the national chairman was here the other day, and he end up saying anything he likes, they can the case in the court can be void. So that's why people are being careful. So, but I will see if we have a question here on this platform that you think this is the reason why we need to bring Aisha. That would be brilliant. Then I'll bring her in. But for now, my brother, my sister, me, I don't have that particular question yet. So we need to have that before we bring it. The reason why I brought the national chairman, remember a day before I brought him, I was very down and the whole situation, I was a bit discouraged and everything. So I have to bring him in to ginger us, to boost our confidence, our
That
beliefs.
was necessary.
Yeah. So bringing Aisha now, and we're asking this all the same question that we asked the national chairman again, all over again. Now looks like the opportunity that you used to bring them for vital reasons, you are wasting it for irrelevance. I don't know if it makes sense.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah. So
it does make sense. It does make sense.
Oga
yes.
Elvis, was he the one you were expecting on the day that the national chairman came?
No. That's a big name. I don't really want to talk much about that. I'm still working on
Are
that.
we still expecting him?
Of course, yes.
Me, I want to be there when I'm traveling. So
No. Okay. The truth of the matter is, whatever I'm working on now will not be announced.
no, I
So
understand, but I
yes.
just don't want to miss it.
Okay, because you are traveling, I
Happy life.
remember.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, because you are traveling. Yeah, but don't worry. You never know. You are a good woman. It might fall on when you are around.
Amen. That's the prayer.
Mr. Elvis,
Thank you.
Sister Busy Brain,
Mm.
please get some rest. Sleep well, guys. I have to go to sleep now.
Okay, good night,
I'll
sir.
be
Have a
Thank you
good
very
one.
much.
God bless
Thank
you
you.
all.
Good
Love you
night, sir.
guys. Eh?
Thank you, sir.
God bless.
Bye.
Good night, guys. Okay.
Yeah, let me also run. We'll talk
All
again
right.
tomorrow. Bye, you
Thank you.
Thank
guys.
you so
Happy
much.
life.
Good night.
Thanks for the
Bye.
super chat. That's a
Happy
late
life. Thank
chat.
you so
God
much.
bless
Good
you.
night. Bye.
Good night, madam. God bless you. Thank you. Happy life. Thank you very much for your super chat. May God bless you. I really appreciate this. Everybody, thank you, my people. It's time to round up now. Mother of all, thank you very much. Princess Marcos, thank you. Grace, thank you. Madam Irene, thank you very much. Anthony Ola, thank you. God bless you all. Yes, it's time to draw the curtain. It's been a long day, so endeavor to join us again tomorrow. Today is not tomorrow anymore. Is join us later on. We'll be coming out again by 6 p.m. By the special grace of God. We're gonna continue like this. All we need is encouragement and the grace of God, the strength from God. Then we will succeed and we'll always smile together. Thank you, my people. Now, yeah, we'll go finally draw the curtain. Talk to you guys later. Have a good night and bye for now, everyone.